your ability, the like special blessing of Moira that you can do, where you can like roll a dice and like something will happen if you're near some plants. You can now, no matter what I said last time, I've refined this to be really kind of a powerful ability now. You can roll with advantage, so you can roll twice and take whichever. You can roll whichever number. You can pick whichever number you want. So you can you basically get two options, and you double your chances of picking something that you're interested in.
Oh, that's so nice. List. Thank you.
Yep. And then Shisa, you got the information of where Vivian's harp is. And you gain an extra bardic inspiration as well for your time in the orchestra. So whatever your number is of bardic inspirations, when you reach 0, just remember that you have an extra one.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
And then Fergus, it seemed like your conversation was kind of going in the direction of him showing you, like he was going to show you this shrine that he made to Lytropius. And so that's where we're going to pick up today with you and him. And then depending on your actions with him and how you do socially with this person, you'll get some bonuses too. Sound good?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
All right. So takes you to a dome that it's a small glass covered dome that seems like it is being rented out to him. It's part of a larger, almost like a hotel. And this small glass covered dome is kind of off to the side of the hotel, but still attached. And he climbs his way up the side of the wall and opens this little door on the side of the glass dome that kind of opens up and allows you both to crawl in. You can already see inside. He has everything kind of revealed already. He says, "I like the sunlight." And you notice there's no sun down here at all. He sounds delusional. There's no sun coming in. You're in a very deep part of the ocean. The only lights that are coming in are like globules of like jellyfish light and things that float by the window once in a while. But he's very like kind of anxiety ridden and nervous. He says, Here is my altar. And he kind of takes this blanket off of this large pile of what looks like seashells and like crab claws. And they're all in this shape of a large snake-like creature. It's got like melted wax candles kind of sticking up around the edges of it that aren't lit. But he says, I'm trying to get on his good side.
Okay.
So are you happy now? You've seen it. You can leave.
But I'm confused because I don't know what sunlight you're talking about.
He kind of scratches his neck and he looks out the window at the darkness around, just the little globules of underwater sea light, the jellyfish floating by. He goes, "Oh, look at that. No sunlight." He seems a bit like sad that you reminded him.
Oh no, I didn't mean to shatter your illusion, my friend. I just thought you might be able to see all the way up to the sunlight. I was just wondering. My mistake. Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's not your fault. It's good. Yeah, it's not good to be delusional, like you said.
Would you like to go back to the sunlight?
I would, yes. I've been trying
maybe
to
if you
escape
stop
this place for a
lying
long
to
time.
me. Maybe if you stop lying to me and giving me the answers that I want to hear, maybe me and my group can promise you safe passage to the sunlight.
Roll me either persuasion or intimidation, your choice. Everyone, make sure you're in roll 20 as well.
Yeah, I need to open everything. Sorry, it's 2 seconds.
You're good. So just D&D Beyond and roll 20 are the two things you need open. Make sure my music's playing.
Okay, I have that open. And I have that open. What was it? Persuasion, sorry.
Your choice, persuasion or intimidation.
Well, it's going to be that one.
All right, a 21 persuasion. As you say this, kind of looks at you, his eyes get real big, and he says, "You can take me back to the surface."
Well, I am the son of Lytropius after all.
That
so,
you
yeah.
are, that you are. What do you need, then? He says, "You want these?" He takes off his little suction cup mittens.
I mean, yeah, I'll take them.
Okay, will you take me to the surface now?
No, you're going to have to wait until me and my group are done here. You're going to have to join up and, just help us on our adventures. And if you prove yourself useful enough, then we'll take you.
Oh, it's a long-term kind of thing, then.
Yep, I'm not, you need to prove your value to me. I don't just give away my god powers for free.
He's kind of scratching his neck nervously. I'm not much of a fighter, if that's what you're asking for.
No, you're a kobold. You're a resourceful little guy, so, the battle isn't just won with a sword.
True. I know all kinds of things that may be useful to you, though. I could teach you some things, being your elder and all. He kind of looks at you and kind of like smirks nervously and looks down at the ground like he's hoping that you take that as a joke.
Yeah, I'm sure I can learn lots from you, little guy. I'm sure.
I can teach you about lockpicking. I can teach you about sneaking around. I can teach you how to make things, things that can help you on your endeavors of being sneaky and such. Is that your thing? Do you like sneaking around? When you came to the city, you were very loud and boisterous, but...
Oh, I love sneaking around. Especially on the battlefield.
Well, not a lot of experience there. I steer clear of battlefields, but I can help you with the whole sneaking thing. Plus, I heard that there is, lead in close just in case someone's listening. There's obviously nobody listening. You would be able to see them. Like, there's...
Yeah.
Because all the windows are, like, it's just a big glass dome that you're in. But he's
I lean in regardless anyway, just to appease him.
He says, I heard that there is a special ring that the queen has. And if you were to get your fingers on it, it could be quite useful. From what I've heard, it allows you to move in the shadows, but almost like magic.
Okay, well, there you go. You've already won yourself a point towards the getting yourself to the surface chart. So there you go. Keep up this behavior, little guy, and you'll absolutely be you'll be on the surface in no time.
Oh, yes, I can do, and I'd be more than happy to help you break in. I have another little contraption I can give you.
Tell me more.
He goes behind his altar of candles and shells and shit, and is kind of rummaging around in this old wooden box. As you get a peek over his shoulder, roll me a perception check.
Is there?
Okay, so with a 17, you are able to deduce that most of this guy's contraptions that he's made look pretty unfinished, or broken, or just bad in general. You see a toothbrush. On one side is a toothbrush, on the other side is a screwdriver. You have no clue what that could be useful for. You see what looks like a little saw blade, but it's just kind of sticking into one of the sides of the box, and he kind of yanks on it to try and pull it out, and he's like, just give me a second. He's trying to pull this like saw blade that's stuck in the side of this wooden box out. It's stuck. I'll just use this other one. And he kind of rummages around. You see him grabbing this, what looks like almost like steampunk looking tube. And on the end of this tube is this like little, it's like a little Y-shaped metal piece. And he takes one of these kind of rusty looking saw blades in here, and he kind of sticks it on the top, and he goes, I call this one the whirlimagig. And he presses a little button on the steampunk pipe, and the blade begins to kind of twirl very quickly. He's created like a little handsaw for you, and he says,
You might be able to use this to cut through some of the glass that the ring may be behind.
Okay. Well, there you go. You've won yourself another point. Keep this up, wee man, and you will, without a shadow of a doubt, you'll be on the surface with us. Don't you worry.
How many points is that now? 2 or 3?
2.
How many do I need?
That I can't tell you.
he seems dejectedly disappointed, but also like frustrated. Kind of like, he says,
Well, I don't think I would want to follow you in this endeavor, but if there's anything else you need from me, I'm happy to help.
Yeah. Well, I'll put it this way. You're not too far off, so just keep up this behavior and this pace, and you won't have any problems meeting the quota.
Okay. Well, you'll have to let me know how it goes. I'm sure you already are in good favors with the Queen, so Queen Nephilim should have no clue what you're doing if you're just, good with your tongue. Not that way.
he kind of like looks at you.
Sounds good to me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's get back to the group.
The group? What group?
Well, I've mentioned them several times. I'm here with my friend. Wow, there's loads of us. Shisa, she's my friend, and also my other friend Crocus, Leon, and we've got a couple other friends with us, and we're kind of like a little adventurer group, and we're exploring
And
the
you
world
want me
together.
to go with you to see
Yeah.
them?
Yep, they're my friends. You need to join us. You can't just, you need to help us in whatever encounters we might face. We need your help, and if you help us, we'll help you get to the surface. That's the whole point in
But
this
aren't
deal.
you don't heroes like fight people and things?
Like I said, you're a kobold. You don't need to fight. The battle isn't won on the battlefield.
Interesting. Okay, so I can hide.
Yes, you can hide. You can throw bombs from far away. You can do whatever you need to do.
And I won't lose points. I have 2. I don't want to lose any.
You can. The only way you can lose points is by fucking us over and running away again.
Okay. I can handle not doing that.
Okay, let's go.
He kind of takes a few different like pieces of clothing from around the room, a few contraptions out of that brown box, that wooden box, and kind of puts them in a little knapsack and slings it over his shoulder. Puts a cloak over the top of that so it's hidden.
Yeah.
Anything you want to say to him before you go back to the group?
Nope.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right.
I need
As
to
you
be
all
every 2 minutes.
reconvene, we'll say you reconvene together at the orchestra. You're watching as Shisa is playing with the orchestra, Jampert conducting everybody, and you all enjoy the show together. You've done this before. It's kind of like a weekly routine at this point, just going to the orchestra, enjoying it with the rest of the people. There's a lot of crustacean people and fish people down here in this city. They all seem very welcoming to you all, knowing that you're the sons of Lytropius. Leon has...
I just need to AFK 2 minutes. I'll be back.
Okay. So, in that time, Crocus and Shisa, you have spent a little time in this place. You have your respective characters that you can talk to. Lucky being the one you have a relationship with, enough to talk with and kind of get any information you want, Crocus. And then Shisa, you have Jampert, who is very into you, but not in that way. You know what I mean? He's just interested in you and would do a lot for you.
Don't worry, 'cause I'm used to that. No, I'm joking.
So, is there anything you can think of that you want to ask or do with those two characters? Or Queen Nephilim, she's also around. You've got
I
time.
think I want to ask Jampert if they know anything about giants.
Yeah, you are all sitting together, kind of after the show in the lit up orchestra hall, as Jampert's kind of putting some instruments away. He kind of clangs them as you say that, and turns around and raises an eyebrow, and he says,
Well, what is it that you would like to know there, Shisa? I can't say I know everything, but I do know some things. What, is there any specific information you'd like?
Well, do you know if they like music?
Oh, yes. Giants are big fans of music. They would curl an ear to listen to some good music. Hence probably
that's
why
good
they
to
stole
know.
the harp.
Oh, they stole a harp? My harp?
The harp of Vivian. The giants are the ones who stole that thing.
Oh my goodness.
Hmm.
Do you... So you think they stole it because they like the music that comes from it rather than because it's valuable?
I could not say, but that is a possibility for sure.
Well, that's going to be tough taking that off their hands now that I think about it, if it's precious to them. Oh god.
You plan on going and taking the harp?
I sure do. Yeah, I think I can do it. I'm mostly trying to collect information to see how I need to approach these giants. I'd never met one before.
Well, if there was anyone who could do it, it would be you. But, I will say, approaching a giant is more approaching to their vanity. Many giants are very, cocky. They like to be, flattered. You know, I feel like you would be good at that.
They must have all been born in July.
What does that mean?
Oh, nothing.
Is that
it's that's
crystal
when
around
Leos
your
were
neck?
born.
What is that?
Oh my god. Oh my god,
Is that
not me
astrology for
believing
dummies on your hip?
No, I don't know. What is this astrology you speak about? Anyways, anything else giants like?
Well, depends on the giant. They're just like me and you, just bigger. So they have things that they like.
Okay. Do they like gold?
Depends on the giant. Some like gold, some probably find it too tiny, I would imagine. Giants normally
yeah.
trade in things that are more philosophical things, trade, you do this for me, I do this for you kind of thing.
Oh. Yeah, you see where I come from, our words don't mean anything. So, we lie to each other all the time. So the only
Careful.
thing that actually speaks is gold.
Well, careful lying to giants. But
you
do
think-
what you wish.
Wait, why be careful? Do you think they
I'm
can
back, by the
tell?
way.
Well, yeah. Have you ever seen a giant before? You haven't probably, but Gormok is about half the size of what a giant would be.
Half?
Well, have you ever seen me lie before?
Well, I'll say Gormok is probably the size of like a regular giant, like a regular one. But like sky giants are pretty tall and a little different. So
It's like, holy shit, that's
yeah.
huge.
Gormok's probably as big as a giant.
Gormok was ripped.
He was, and he was a little bit more stout. He was not as tall, but
Wide.
yeah, he was wide boy.
But yeah, no, you've never seen me lie before, so
I wouldn't know, would I? Apparently, you're so good at it.
I mean, I do almost have like a 90% success rate, but not to toot my own horn.
Is that a peer-reviewed study? Did you have someone look at that? Look at those numbers? He's kind of
Yes.
joking around a little bit. Well, anyways, he's kind of like, flustered in a way. It would be like you having a conversation with Tom Cruise, or that's how he feels right now, as he feels like he's talking to a celebrity.
Oh my god. I just I'm sorry. I'm playing with you too much. Did you have any questions you wanted to ask Crocus?
Oh, probably the Lucky. I imagine Crocus would want to know if Lucky knew anything about Gorma.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
interesting. What do you say? What do you ask Lucky?
I feel like it would be kind of like an awkward topic to bring up, but I'd be like, "Hey, Lucky."
He's kind of kneeling down right now, just pulling weeds out of this section of the garden, very meticulously pulling out weeds, and if there's any left, he kind of digs his tortoise fingers in the dirt and peels them out one by one. He slowly turns his head.
Crocus would get down and start helping him with it.
Okay.
But along the lines of like picking weeds in the silence would be like, Lucky, by chance, would you know anything about somebody who goes by the name of Gormok?
Let me think about that.
He closes his eyes for a second, opens them back up, and continues pulling weeds. And he stays silent for a moment, and you pick weeds together with a tranquil rhythm to what you're doing together. You can tell he's thinking.
Mm-hmm.
He's been alive for 300 years, so he's got a lot of information to kind of mull through. But he takes a second, and he says,
The name sounds familiar. Gormok. Large creature. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Vain. Lots of ego on that one.
A lot.
Not a huge fan of organized religion, or any gods for that matter.
Or anything.
Locked away in the 9 hells, why do you ask?
Locked away?
Yes.
Where are the 9 hells by chance?
In hell? I kid. I'm joking, Crocus. Relax.
I'm pulling
They're
my
a whole
finger.
nother plane of existence. To travel there or to travel away from there is very difficult. You'd need a powerful magic user, or to know a powerful spell, or find a powerful summoning circle.
What would happen if he happened to escape the 9 hells?
Well, the unlikeliness of that is so high. I mean, why do you ask?
Well, before we got here, we actually ran into him.
You were in the 9 hells. Welcome back.
Thanks, Lucky. No, he's after us. Me and my friends.
Well, if he didn't follow you, then you're probably safe.
Not exactly.
What do you mean?
Well, he has locked away our godly parents and our holy items, and he's kind of vowed to kill all of the demigods.
Wow, that's a lot of
Yeah.
talk coming from someone who's locked away in the 9 hells.
Yeah, I know, right? Kind of silly.
Yeah, it's a good thing he's not out. Otherwise, you'd be in danger.
Lucky, he is out.
What? Come again? Sorry, I'm bad hearing in this right ear.
Lucky, Gormok is out. And he's chasing us.
He kind of slowly turns his head to you, and for the first time in your 3 months of speaking with him, his eyes have a different look than tranquil and peaceful. They're like, they kind of like are darting back and forth, and he says, Crocus, are you telling me that Gormok is not locked in the 9 hells?
I don't know how he escaped, but he's not been there for a while. not since I started my journey, and I feel like I've been traveling for quite a while.
He looks down at his hand, which is full of weeds, and he kind of lays them back down into the, like, on top of the dirt, and slowly stands up, his bones creaking as he does.
Well, then I guess you're going to need some help, aren't you? Huh. We're
As
all
much
going to
as
need
we
some
can
help.
get.
Does he know you're here?
No, I don't think so. I mean, if he did, he would have followed us long ago.
Most of the city is at the orchestra right now, but they should know. Have you told anyone?
No, I mean we don't want to cause a panic here. I don't think that many people even know of Gormak's existence, at least not unless they're as ancient as you. Crocus tries to make a lighthearted joke to try and like calm him down.
He takes his wooden staff that he uses to walk around, just a walking stick, and he uses it to kind of move the weeds around that he set down. And he kind of shapes them into a picture, a depiction of it almost looks like an onion, but it's these like 9 different layers, and they're like cylindrical shaped. He kind of sets them one on top of the other. The top layers, it's in a triangle shape, I should say, like a triangle shape going down to the smallest point being at the bottom, and it gets bigger
So
as
like
it goes up.
an
Yep,
upside
exactly.
down triangle.
Upside down
with
triangle.
9 layers.
Yep, exactly.
Oh.
9-layered upside down triangle. And
Okay.
he says,
The 9 hells. They are not a place you'd probably want to travel. Were you really there?
No. He's just out. We were on a ship sailing back after getting one of the trident, and he found us. He was working with some pirates.
I see. You wouldn't happen to... Those pirates, are they trustworthy?
I mean, most of them, actually, all of them are, well, no longer with us. Only a couple
they
of
all came with
trusted
you.
members survived. Oh, did they?
Yeah.
I thought most of them died.
The majority of the crew died, leaving
Right.
just like the main band
Right.
and Trevor. Trevor's still
We've got some of the band and a kid named Trevor, who I know is definitely not working with him, but the band.
And from what you know, have you spoken with them about why they were working with him? Maybe they know how he got here.
Maybe they do. I never thought of that.
I mean, they had to have gotten in contact with him somehow to be able to strike a deal.
No, you're right. Huh.
Well, one thing I can say, Crocus.
He
Mm.
takes his staff and he puts it down on the 3rd layer of the drawing that he did.
From what I know, this was his home, the 3rd layer of hell. And, again, extremely difficult to escape from. The gods locked him away there many, many years ago, even before I was born. And since the times of the gods, that seal must have weakened, and in that time, Gormak must have met someone, or developed the ability, to travel between planes. This is why, and he kind of like picks his staff up and he like looks up at the sky, looks in an upward direction. He's like, this is why I told everyone the gods aren't that bad. So
Ooh.
he's making a reference to many years ago, about 100 years ago. The plane that you live on, basically Earth, this world that you live in, the people there kind of gave up on the gods. They were tired of of being looked down on. They were tired of being under their control. And the way gods work in this world is the more people that believe in them, the more powerful they are. The more people that worship them, the more powerful they are. Well, in this case, everyone kind of all together basically did a mutiny against the gods and said, fuck you, none of us are going to worship you anymore. And they locked them away into the relics. So when nobody believes in the gods, their power is pretty limited. Their power runs in your veins, their natural power, and you all get stronger the more people that believe in and worship your gods, which is why Fergus and Leon are extremely powerful here right now, because you're in a place where they all actually still have respect for Lytropius, a very rare place indeed. It makes sense because this place is pretty cut off from the main parts of the world. I mean, it's in the deepest section of the ocean, so they kind of live by their own rules, and so they can worship a god, and no one's gonna say anything or judge them. So they do. Whereas most people on the surface don't. So all of this to say, Gormak is much more powerful than a god would be at the moment, considering his power does not come from belief. It just comes from his pure willpower. And the way he is a demon lord. But with that, you're still not sure how he got here. That is something that Lucky sure doesn't know. But he's told you a couple ways it could have happened. He could have met a powerful magic user that transported him here. He could have developed the ability himself, which would be really scary. Or he could have found a location that has a connection between the two planes, the hell and the material plane, which is like Earth. So he could have found a place too. All of those are good leads for you to start, trying to figure out. Yep. So
that's really helpful, though. Oh my goodness.
Yep. So anyone who wants to take any notes about that, feel free to write those down anywhere. So you remember that those are kind of 3 ways in which Gormak could have gotten here, and in that turn, those are 3 ways he could be sent back to. So even if it's his own ability, you may be able to lure him back, or those kinds of things, if you can find your own way there. So there's all kinds of things that could have happened. Lucky, he says, so you must be gathering the artifacts to be able to fight Gormak then. That must be what the plan is, huh?
Yep.
A dangerous plan, but it could work. How many artifacts do you have?
Yo, thank you for the raid.
We only have 2, and we've lost we've lost a couple on the way. But we have the trident, and she kind of like references like the seed. The golden seed.
Okay.
We're looking for the harp right now.
So, at this time, we'll say this was pretty early on in your endeavor together into this city. So at this time, now that he knows about the seed and knows about your abilities, he takes the time over these few months to give you that ability to now roll with advantage with your blessing. You also, I guess I had another thing I was going to give you if you did some more talking with him, and you have. So you now have the innate ability to give growth to crops or like plant fresh foliage in a spot that would not have any. So you could, for example, I mean, it's not a huge range, but in an area around you, you could make a barren land into, if you take a lot of time, you can turn a barren land into a plant-covered area, or you could be here underwater and you can make the plants grow around the glass or something like that, a place where plants normally wouldn't grow. You can basically druid craft and create plants from nothing with this ability. As he takes the seed and helps you look at it, it is a seed that actually has a shell around it, and he kind of peels away a little bit at the shell, exposing the inner kind of softness of the seed, and he says,
"You can continue to peel away at the shell, but it's a fragile artifact. It's more powerful, though, if it's open. If you allow it to bud, this artifact could grow into much more than a seed. This could become extremely powerful, but you'd need to protect it and help it grow.
Oh, I didn't think of that.
Well, it is
Um,
a seed, isn't it?
It is. I just didn't think it could go any further than that. Because I mean, well, I just didn't ever think of it.
Well, maybe it just needs a little help.
Don't we all?
He laughs a little bit. He says,
Now, from the story you've told me, Gormak knows that you traveled underwater. He probably knows that you're somewhere in the depths of the ocean, and it's a matter of time he's going to find his way here.
Oh shit.
You
Well,
should
we
not
gotta start
stay for
thinking
too
about that.
long.
No, you're right. I think it is time to talk to everybody about getting a move on because we wouldn't want him to come down here.
Yeah, true. And, from what I know, I don't think he'd be able to breathe underwater, so that's a safe thing to note, but, he is a powerful being, and if he knows a powerful magic user, he may be able to transport you against your will, or, those kinds of things, so you need to get a move on, just in case.
You're right. Thank you, Lucky.
You're welcome. Crocus, you are, and he kind of puts his hand on your shoulder, a good person. You truly are. I can tell you mean well. Crocus, you are like that seed. You are ready to grow.
Crocus just nods. Thank you for everything, Lucky. I truly mean it.
he smiles gently, and then he takes his walking stick and he kind of pokes it into the dirt. And as he does, he kind of levers a little bit, and a weed comes out. And he says, "And Gormak's like this weed." And he kind of flicks the weed onto the walkway in between the garden spots. And he says, "And I'd like to see this happen to him." And he kind of stomps down on the weed and crushes it under his foot. And he winks at you.
She nods. I agree. Hopefully we can weed him out.
Take care, dear Crocus.
And you take care too, Lucky. I hope to meet you again one day.
Oh, you will in this life or the next.
Crocus leaves the garden to go talk to more people, I guess.
All right. So this second conversation that we just had, we'll say, happened in after about a month of learning from Lucky and getting advice from him and honing your powers. You all meet up together. Just the three of you. Four of you with Leon. You all meet up together. Trevor and the band are doing their thing as well. They all kind of hang out together for the most part. Trevor still feels a connection with the band, even though they treated him like shit. And you guys are so busy all the time that Trevor doesn't really have anyone to really hang out with. So he hangs with them. But yeah, it's the four of you. We'll say you're alone for now in your quarters in the castle, in the Queen's Castle. And you all have things that you can talk about. All have new things to mention. Fergus, you have a ring that you were thinking about getting. You can feel free to mention that to them or not. Shisa, you have more info about giants. And Crocus, you have maybe the most pertinent info of all, which is you're on a time limit and you know a bit more about Gormak himself.
Right.
So what do you guys say? Do you can just say like, "Hey, Commander, I give them all the information I got," and then we can just say you guys all know, or you can role play it out.
Well, I say we just met again and say that we've said it and then just move on.
Okay, so everyone knows about everyone's thing. No one's keeping anything back.
Yeah.
Nah.
All right.
Yeah.
So now would be the time to role play as your characters and decide what you want to do.
Well, I don't know about you guys, and I know we're on a time limit, but this ring is intriguing me a lot. And I'd kind of be down to do a little snooping and try and get the ring.
I mean, do we need it?
I don't know, but apparently it lets you like sneak in the shadows. And remember, I've got the invisibility necklace, so I could like give the ring to one of you guys, and it's essentially a second invisibility necklace because you can literally become a shadow and just sneak around.
Right. I think I can already do that. With disguise self, so.
Oh, true. She
Mhm.
said, do you want a kind of invisibility ring?
You might be muted, Jinx.
Oh, sorry. I didn't hear you say. I'm sorry.
You're good.
Um.
Do you want to repeat the question?
I think don't I have like a limit on jewelry?
Not necessarily, no.
No? Okay, yeah, I'll take one.
The only problem is it's on the queen's fingers, so we might have to spend a little bit of time. How long did you say our time limit was again, Crocus?
The time limit?
Like, do we not have a time limit
I think
before we?
Crocus would be like, I think we need to leave soon just because it's already been so long. And obviously we don't want him to come to the city or to find us. We need to get a move on to keep
Yeah,
him on his toes.
that's true. Um. Okay.
Mhm.
I think we should leave it honestly because if we have two of us that can already kind of go invisible, then Shisa's already got all her spells. So I don't know unless Shisa you really want it. I'm down to just leave it.
Yeah, I don't mind leaving it, honestly. I didn't even really I don't think I need it, I guess.
Because we don't want to upset anybody in this city unless we need to like come back here, maybe, too.
Yeah.
I
Exactly.
think the
Fuck
only
it.
person who could do it, who could get that ring from her would have been Leon.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, agreed.
We need to talk to the band about Gormog too before we get a move on, so we can plan our next plan of action.
Yeah, let's do it then. Let's just get out of here. Fuck it.
Okay.
All right. So, with that decision made, then you make your way to the band. The band is hanging out in their own chambers. As you knock on the door, you can hear them beer blasting and doing shots behind the door. As you knock on the door, boom, 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 boom. Hello, who is it?
Hi, it's all of us.
Oh, it's you all. Of course, of course. You hear from behind the door as the door swings open. You see good old Jean-Paul there as he stands ahead in front of you. He's a little tipsy. He's kind of like swaying back and forth. How can I help you all?
Hey, so we're planning on getting our asses up and going. I had a couple questions though about your ex-employer.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. What can we do for you?
What did you know about him when you got into contact with him? Honestly, any and all information would be preferable.
You mean Gormok?
Yeah.
Well, it's a long story. I don't know if you want to hear it.
Trust me, we would love to hear it, actually.
Okay. Well, while we were just chilling on the beach doing, it was post-show. We had just done a show, big city, and, we were chilling on the beach, all 6 of us. 2 of them have left. There's just the 4 of us now. They didn't really like the contract we made, but, it was an interesting encounter. It's a large shark person. He looked like a shark, but he had legs and arms. He's huge. He kind of came to us out of the water, and he was dressed in, it looked like a priest's garb. And he looked like he was dressed up like a priest. He had like a shawl and robes and those kinds of things. And he asked us. He said, "Have you heard the good word of Gormark?" He kind of hiccups drunkenly, and we said no, and he said, "Well, Gormark's looking for people to spread the word of his name. What else did he say? Grit, what did he say?" "Fuck if I remember," one of them says as he downs another shot. "I just remember the money." And Jean-Paul's like, "It was a lot of money. It was a lot of money." So,
Right.
the shark person, he is very, very charismatic. He was like an emissary, like, he was going around spreading the good word, as they say.
Did he, if you could recall, maybe, could he do magic or anything like that?
Oh, I would imagine so. I mean, he found us out of nowhere.
That's really interesting. Thank you, John Paul. I really appreciate that.
Yeah,
It's good
of course.
information you got there.
Yeah, so he gave us this thing, and he hands
Oh.
you he pulls out of his pocket. He doesn't hand it to you. He just pulls it out. It looks like a symbol. The symbol is it's just a big fat G, but it's kind of in like, it's got like spiky font, and he holds it out, and he says, "This is what we used to call Gormark."
Ew! Crocus doesn't say that.
He
it's
kind of like raises an eyebrow, and he looks at it, and then he looks back at you, and he looks down at it. He says, "Oh shit, did I leave this thing on?" He presses a little button on the side of it. There we go. Now we can talk. What were we talking about?
Oh my god, how long did you have that on?
I don't know. I guess since the last time we talked to him.
And when was the last time you talked to him?
How long ago was it, Grit? I don't know, about a month.
We gotta go. We gotta go. Crocus kind of looks back.
Luckily, it doesn't seem like anyone around the band has given the name of where you're at. Nobody said, like, "You're in this city," that kind of thing. But he just heard, like, whoever's on the other end of this thing does know,
Me.
just
Who he's talking to.
right.
Do I need to do a check? Can I grab it out of his hand? By chance? Would I have to do a check or something?
You would.
Can I do that?
Yeah, roll me a sleight of hand check.
Sleight of hand.
Okay. With a 6, as you go to grab it, he kind of like pulls it away, and he goes, "What? If you wanted it, just ask for it." And he just hands
Oh,
it to you.
sorry. I just wanted to look at it. Sorry.
He just hands it to you.
Think of it. Crocus is like, I gotta go use the bathroom. Crocus is gonna stomp on it and destroy it.
Okay.
Not even like a thought in the head. No hesitation. Just get rid of that thing.
All right, so you drop the G-shaped receiver
Oh my
onto the
God.
ground and stomp on it as it cracks underneath foot.
Good fucking lord. I'm not even gonna risk it. Crocus goes back to Shisa and Fergus. We gotta go.
Let's go.
We gotta get out of here.
Let's get out of here. Let's do it.
I do want to talk to Trevor real quick before we go, though.
Okay. Trevor is still in the same room as the band. They're all kind of having shots and stuff, and Trevor is just sitting next to the wall reading a book.
My boy, Trevor. I'm leaving.
Oh,
I just want to know. Yeah, I just wanted to know if there's anything I could do for you, or before I leave.
I don't know. I don't think so. You've already done so much for me.
Kid, I want you to take care, okay? Take care of yourself.
I will. Maybe, well, maybe you can take me back to the surface with you?
Would you like to go back to the surface, Trevor?
Yeah, I don't think they... And he kind of looks over at the band who's all just kind of like rowdying around. They seem to love it here. I don't think they want to go, but I'm ready to go.
We're leaving right now, so if you want to pack your stuff, we gotta go.
What stuff? He kind of like smiles.
Let's go, kid. All right, we gotta go.
Okay. So Trevor joins you as you all convene together at the steps of the castle. Is there anything you want to say to anyone or do before you head out? It's been, since your conversation with the band, it's been about an hour.
Right. Let's go thank the queen for her hospitality.
Okay. As you all enter back into the queen's castle, the crab guards step to the side. The crustacean guards lower their weapons, step to the side, allow you to walk into the main entrance, where Queen Nephilim is sitting with her one leg over the other in the throne, as she says,
Welcome back, everyone. Good to see you. You have a look in your eyes. What's wrong?
We gotta get going back up to the surface. It's been so lovely, though. Thank you so much for everything, Queen Nephilim.
Leaving so soon? Why?
Oh, we have so much we have to finish, unfortunately.
Well, that is sad, but I understand demigods have their place that they need to do things, I guess.
she kind of like trails off, looks down at Leon, who kind of looks away bashfully, and she says,
Are you sure you don't want to stay with me?
and Leon, he says, sorry, but we have to go. He kind of just like gives her like a wave. Her eyes kind of slowly turn over to Fergus. As she looks at you, Fergus, she says,
You know, Fergus, in the light of the castle, you look pretty handsome yourself. Interested in becoming a king down here?
I am, but
Ooh.
I can't stay here. I need to help my group finish this quest that we're on, and once this quest is complete, I'd be willing to return and live happily ever after.
is this the truth?
Oh.
No, this is not her asking. This is the DM asking, because otherwise you need a roll deception.
No, it's not the truth, because I'm basically gonna get both characters to give each other a token of appreciation. I'm hoping she gives me this ring, and I'll just give her, I don't know, something from my inventory, I guess.
Okay, so roll me a deception check then.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I'll let you roll with advantage because she wants the answer to be yes, so she's gonna be a little blinded.
Oh, my roll 20 closed. Sorry, 2 secs.
You're good.
Launch game. There we go. I'm in. With advantage, you said. Sorry,
Yep.
right? Sweet. Let's see.
Did you hit launch game on roll 20?
I
go.
have now. There we go. I'm loaded in. Roll with advantage. Deception. Where is deception? There it is.
23. As you say this, Queen Nephilim raises an eyebrow, and she says,
You would you, Fergus? Well, what can I do to help you on your quest, then, so you can come back sooner?
I don't know if you own any items that perhaps possess any magical attributes.
She keeps her eyebrow raised, looks at you, looks around. Did not come in with you, by the way. She looks around and she says, "Is there a specific item you're looking for?"
Bro.
Well, rumor on the grapevine says that you possess a ring that allows you to sneak through the shadows, and as a kobold, my biggest attribute is being able to be a sneaky little guy and get myself into sneaky and tight situations. So a ring like this would absolutely help on the battlefield. Perhaps we could view it as a promise ring.
She
Ooh.
smirks, and as she does, she stands up. Again, this character is Queen Nephilim is probably 4 times your size, maybe 5 times your size.
She's so hot.
As she stands up, her kind of scaly clothing falls down and kind of shows off the elegance of her body as she takes a step forward, and she kneels down in front of you. When she's kneeling, her head is maybe almost as big as you, Fergus, just her head.
Jesus Christ.
As she kneels down, she kind of shows you her hand, her bluish tinted hand, which has a ring on the pinky finger. And the ring is kind of coated with this black oily substance. As she slips the ring off, she holds in her fingers, and then she puts her hand out for your hand.
I hold my hand out.
She places her hand underneath yours and kind of brings your fingers up and takes the ring, which is huge, by the way. And as she brings it towards your finger, it shrinks and shrinks and shrinks down in size. And she puts it on your pinky finger. And as she does, you feel a searing pain. And you take 6 points of necrotic damage. So
Yep.
go ahead and mark that off.
Yeah, have done.
And you now have the Ring of Shadows. What the Ring of Shadows allows you to do is if you are in a shadow, you can teleport to a shadow that you can see. So,
Oh, shit. Okay.
so
Oh,
as
that's
long as
so
you are in
useful.
shadow, you can teleport to another shadow that is within your own vision that you can see from where you're at. Not
Okay.
one that you think is there. It has to be one you can actually see. But
Okay, cool. Shit, okay. Thanks, let me see, let me look at my inventory to check, because I don't know what to give her.
yeah, she has her hand out for whatever you're promising to give her.
Oh, I have onyxes in my invent. Onyxes are expensive, right?
Mm-hmm. But she is a queen, so you don't want to shortchange her here.
Wait, what?
So, okay. Now, my beloved Nephilim, I unfortunately, the battlefield and the quest is, the adventures that we've been on have been very long, and unfortunately, I've lost a lot of my gorgeous jewelry, but I do have in my possession 6 onyxes, which I will bestow upon you, and upon my return, I will take them back off you, and I will get them crafted into the best onyx necklace the entire world has ever laid eyes upon.
She smiles gently and leaves her hand open for the onyxes.
And gently place the 6 onyxes in the palm of her hand and kind of just like close her fingers around them or whatever.
Her fingers close around the onyxes, and she like leans in and she says, "Son of Lytropius, I accept your promise. Do not disappoint me. I will come and find you to complete this promise."
Ooh.
Sounds good to me.
She takes her index finger, which again is like as long as your head. She takes her index finger and she kind of places it on the side of your face and turns your cheek away from her, and then she leans in and kisses you on the cheek.
Wow.
I kind of like, I guess, just blush and walk away. Be like, oh my, oh my.
All right, she stands up. The whole room kind of just barely shaking with her, just the size of her being, as she takes a step backwards and then sits gently back on the throne. The coral and algae around her kind of turn into a blackish dark color, and they shine with a sheen that is like the onyx. And she takes those 6 onyx and she places them onto the armrest of her throne, and they kind of embed themselves into the coral, 3 on each side.
Okay.
That's
She nods her head and she says, "Guards, see them out, make sure they are safe." The guards kind of nod their heads.
Yeah. I guess Crocus like bows out of respect, I guess. I don't know.
The Nephilim nods at you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna turn to her and I'm just gonna say thank you for your kindness and hospitality over these last months.
You are welcome, Shisa, and best of luck on your adventure. Keep him safe for me, would you? And she kind of looks over at Fergus and then winks at you, Shisa.
I sure will. Farewell.
Farewell. And as you say that, you are all kind of walking down the steps of the castle. You kind of turn off down a pathway heading towards where the exit would be. You make your way to this part of the city where there are these 3 docks that kind of jut out from a point. And it's where you get picked up by basically the taxis around here that make their way through the water and out the bubble. And as you're waiting, you are used to the darkness around here. You're used to the blackness of the deep ocean. But normally outside the bubble, there are large, like gigantic jellyfish. They are of different colors that kind of light up the area. And they are currently not there. Normally they're around, but they're not. They're not outside the glass dome. As you're looking around for your taxi, it just seems dark. Like you're just like waiting for this vehicle to come pick you up. But normally there's more light around here. As you're looking around, you see a dark shadow kind of swim over the dome of the city. It's hard to tell in the darkness of the depths of the ocean what it is, but whatever it is has scared the jellyfish off. You look around and you see your companion creature, the large anglerfish that is kind of like your pet at this point, who's been helping you get places, the one who brought you here, the large anglerfish monster. It is outside the dome, and you can see it kind of like swimming back and forth frantically, waiting for you to get to it. As you're looking around, the place, like the city itself, seems a bit empty, like there aren't a lot of people around.
Uh-oh.
And one of the guards who is kind of walking with you and protecting you, he kind of looks up and he goes, "That is strange. Very strange. Where is everyone?" And as he says that, you all hear a dunk, 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 on the glass of the city, a large thumping noise. And as you look up, you see a blue scaly finger that is tapping on the glass, but it's coming out of the darkness. You're not sure. You don't see the rest of the body of this whatever creature it is. But this large scaly blue finger is tapping on the glass, and you hear the words, "Demigods. Demigods, are you in there? Hello? I've come to talk. Hello? Hello." And as you see that, a large face appears above the dome. Rows and rows of extremely sharp teeth. The creature is probably, from what you can see just from its face, it goes back into the darkness, so you can't really tell how long this creature is, but it's probably at least 100 feet long. It's wearing robes that look like they are priest robes, and it has a bluish, like blue top to its face, but a white underbelly. Its rows and rows of teeth are kind of shining against the glass of the dome, and you see one eye, it has to turn its head to look at you. Its large shark head is looking at you with eyes kind of pinpointed right on your location in the middle of the city. It taps on the glass again, shaking the whole city. Dum, 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 dum. Little demigods, let me in. The anglerfish is kind of like looking at it. The anglerfish is smaller than this creature, but not much smaller. But it looks like it is a bit afraid as it kind of backs away around the edge of the bubble. You're looking up, basically. It's probably 1,000 feet above you right now. The creature is like at the roof of the city, looking down at you, kind of blocking your exit at the moment. This large shark priest creature is exactly what they described. The band described to you, Crocus. Exactly what they described. This creature who is kind of like his emissary. But one thing to note is it's obvious that you're safe where you're at the moment. It seems like the creature is having a hard time getting in. And also, Gormok, as you can tell, if the creature knew you were here, Gormok would be here if he could be, but he's not. So you're safe. It seems like you're safe from Gormok. He cannot breathe underwater. So at the moment, you're doing okay in terms of Gormok's presence. But having his emissary here is a really bad sign. Having someone who is like obviously one of his right-hand people looking down at you, you've got a dilemma on your hands here, folks.
Not good. Ew.
So he's got that one big shark eye kind of looking into the dome, and he says, "Are you going to let me in or not?" Thump, 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 thump. The queen has now stepped out of her castle, and she's looking up at the dome, and she says, "Who is that, my beloved? Fergus, who is that?"
We don't need to worry about this guy. He's after us. He doesn't like us, so we're gonna go so we don't get the city destroyed. And yeah.
Is he trying to hurt you?
Yes, how do we get out of here?
Yes. Is there like another way to like exit?
The queen does a like spinning tornado twirl up to the roof of the city. Like quick as an instant, she spins her way up there and looks at the creature in the eye. She is not as big as this creature. She's probably half its size, maybe probably about half its size. As she's looking at it, she is kind of spinning in place, and she points a finger at it accusingly, and she says, "What is it?" She speaks in like a very kind of like loud voice where it echoes throughout the city. "What is it that you want with my beloved?" And the creature kind of has its big eye looking at her, and he says,
Well, just let me in and I will tell you what I want.
The queen looks down at you all and she says, "Guards, surround the perimeter." As you watch about 1,000 crab guards swim out from inside of different places around the city, and they surround the perimeter of the city. They're still inside the dome. They have not swum outside the dome, but they're like covering every inch of the glass, and they're all pointing their sharp bone-shaped spears at the glass in case he breaks through in any way.
Holy
And
shit.
she says,
Are you sure this is a battle you want to fight?
and the shark creature kind of swims around the edge of the city, circles around all the way around, and as he's looking in, he kind of cocks one eye back and forth, his snout kind of rubbing against the glass dome, and he taps his finger on the glass again, right where she's at, and he says,
I have the patience of someone who's been alive about as long as you, Queen Nephilim. I can wait here until the weaklings leave, or you can let me in and we can talk about this like adults.
Ew!
she looks back at the shark creature, and then she looks down at Fergus, and she says, "Fergus, you mean what you said, right? You'll come back for me."
Oh, I promise.
Are you
But if you're
lying?
interested in women,
Are you lying, Fergus?
Yes.
Roll me a deception check.
With advantage again, because she wants it to happen? Question mark.
This is a tense situation. You got to imagine being in the queen's position right now. If you were being honest about coming back, she would defend you with her life. But she's more skeptical now. She wants an answer that is not going to get her people hurt, but she will protect you at any cost if you're being truthful. Does that make sense? So if you're not being
okay.
truthful, she's not willing to put all these people on the line, all of the citizens of her city and these crustacean guards on the line for someone who's lying to her. So she's much more skeptical for this time. But if you were being truthful, she would put all of their lives down for you.
Okay, so what should I roll? Deception?
Straight deception. 20.
oh my god.
She looks back at the shark away from you, and she says, "Well, if you want him, you'll have to come and get him. He's mine, and I will see his safe travels back to the surface." The shark, again opening one eye, swimming around the dome. The anglerfish moves out of its way as it swims by the anglerfish. He says,
So what you're saying is all I have to do is wait on the surface for them? As I said, Queen Nephilim, patience is my virtue. Everyone, if you want a hefty coin, Gormak is willing to pay for any of you to set down your arms and betray your queen, just letting you know. I'll be waiting.
and you watch as his hands and feet, these large humanoid hands and feet, swim off into the darkness, leaving no trace of the creature ever even having been there. And the crustacean guards all lower their weapons and swim back to their posts. What do you do? Queen Nephilim swims down.
I don't know. What did you guys want to do, Crocus? Jinx, should we go after her? I don't know.
Wait, did they lay down their arms like they gave up?
No, they since the creature is gone, this large shark priest creature swam away.
Okay.
They are not at guard anymore.
Okay, cool. I thought that was like, oh, like they're all like, oh, sweet. Like
So the implication
Thank
is that you will be
goodness.
protected on your way back to the surface.
Right. But he's waiting for us.
Right.
Okay, cool.
Which presumably would also mean Gormok would be waiting for you. If you were going to fight this creature, here would be the better option.
Oh. Right.
We're just fighting the creature.
Well, if you want to fight it, if for some reason you want to battle this creature, now, like this would be the place to do it, having backup from the queen and him having no backup from Gormok, because Gormok can't breathe underwater.
Oh yeah.
But he is a large creature, and he will be a fucking bear to deal with.
What do you guys want to do?
Oh, obviously we don't want to deal with Gormok just yet.
Well, we're gonna have to fight Gormok because he can't come down here.
Right. Ooh.
We're gonna have to fight this thing anyways, right?
Probably.
I mean, it's either fight him alongside Gormok or fight him now, I guess. So,
Exactly.
yeah. Let's fight him. Let's go back to him.
Yeah, let's.
You say that, and the queen, she says, "So, you would like me to procure him to come back?"
Let's fuck him up. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, time to put our training to the. Yeah.
Well, I would do anything for you. So, fine. Guards,
Man.
you, and you. And she points to 3 large groups of the guards who have all kind of swum out from their posts. Go find the creature. It should be not far away from here. You should be able to catch up. Find him and bring him back. The demigods would like to speak. The guards all kind of nod their head and they swim off. About 20 minutes passes as you're all waiting. And one of the large groups of guards comes back. The other 2 don't.
Oh.
The one that comes back kind of swims into the dome, and as they do, they kind of halt themselves in front of the queen. Some of them look injured. And one of them says, "My lady, the creature, it waits in the shadows. I think it's coming back. Prepare yourself. Now." And as it says that, you see that large shark persona swimming around the glass dome of the city once again in the shadows, this time followed by a trail of blood that comes from those groups of guards that it seemed to have slain. And as it swims around, the anglerfish again, kind of your large anglerfish companion kind of swims out of the way, and the shark says, "You know, Queen Nephilim, your guards aren't as loyal as you thought they might be." And the group of guards that just swam in, they kind of look back nervously at the entrance at which they came in, which has not closed behind them. And the shark kind of puts his hands in the opening of the entrance. And as he does, his muscles bulge as he rips open the side of that entrance, shattering the glass dome around the city in that area, and swims his way in. Opening his large jaws, he comes in for a bite at all of you. I need you to make a initiative roll, everybody. And then we'll do a dexterity saving throw. Initiative. So initiative is at the top right next to your armor class.
Can you see my roll? It's saying an error
Yes.
for my roll. Okay, cool.
Yep, I can see
Not
it.
why. Yeah. Swag.
Monka essa.
All right, so let me get the map up here for the audience. We're going to do this battle next time, but I'm just setting it up so people know what it looks like.
Oh my goodness. Fucking Jaws.
All right, so our initiative rolls. Pretty high rolls from everybody. Let me look here. All right, so we got Crocus. Oh, wait. My bad. We got, let's see, 20, 20, and 19. Okay, so plus 3. Okay, so we got Shisa, then Crocus, then Fergus, Trevor. All right, I will have Queen Nephilim and the rest of them. I'm not going to put tokens on there for the guards, the crustacean guards, but of the crustacean guards that came back, those ones have betrayed you, but the rest of the crustacean guards are here to fight. So there will be about 100 of those around to fight the shark creature with you as well.
Oh, nice.
With Queen Nephilim, we will roll that next time. There's the map. In case you have not gone back to Roll20, you can see the map there with the creature. Those are the 3 docks there that you can see where you were waiting for the taxi.
That's so pretty.
And Trevor's behind you as well. And we'll see what happens next time. The water is kind of filling this area with blood, which is kind of turning this shark creature into a frenzy. And he's a very dangerous dude. So let's get our dexterity checks here. We got dexterity saving throws. So top left of your character sheet. Let's do those real quick, and then we'll end for today. So we got Crocus with a 21, Shisa a 23, and Fergus with a 22. Nice. All of you are able to dodge most of the bite, but the teeth do scrape across your bodies. They don't bite into you, but they scrape across as his large maw kind of passes by you all. And you all take 18 halved to 9. You take 9 points of slashing damage as the teeth swing by. All right. His priest-like robes are flowing in the water. Queen Nephilim is holding her staff up, which has this large gem on the end of it. You notice as well, Fergus, that the gem, which was normally a diamond, has transformed itself into an onyx. So she has an onyx on the end of her gem now, and she's pointing it at the shark, and she yells, "Charge!" as the crustacean guards are all going to swarm in, and that's where we will pick it up next time.
Yo.
Sorry for starting late, everybody.